Going back to Mr. Beast, there is one last thing, which is recent, and I think it's genuine, and I love the impact of it. Team Seas, and there is Team Trees as well. Do you think this is more to be seen from in the next? I think this is recent. Casey Neistat, Mr. Beast, using your powers, there are plenty, to do big change. And what I liked about Team Seas is that it's not just about raising money. They went physically to the beach in Dominican Republic, I think, and cleaned it up.
Yeah.
They put in the time. And that is such a great example, I think, for everybody watching as well, not just for other creators, but for everybody without followers. You can also clean up a little bit. What do you think of that?
I think what we're seeing with like Team Seas, Team Trees, or, even with what, what a lot of these folks have done with other charities, it ties into sort of this creator ethos. It's like very DIY. It's like, why do I need, why do I need to get somebody's permission? Why don't I just do it? Like, that's sort of how so many creators have been successful, is sort of ignoring the perceived barriers and embracing the kind of opportunities at their fingertips and making the most of them. And, you look at what corporations are doing, not all, but a lot. There's an element of sort of greenwashing and sort of, I think oftentimes it's about signaling things versus substance. And I think creators really, they're used to just making things happen. And I think what we're seeing is this sort of embracing of sort of, well, like if the problem is trash in the ocean, let's just go out and get trash out of the ocean. And like, how complicated does it need to be? I mean, obviously it's complicated. I don't think anybody's ever looking at that, but the problem is fundamentally
get started.
Yeah, let's get started. And
it's complicated, but let's not spend 30 years analyzing how complicated it is before removing the first piece of trash.
100%.
It's something that resonates with me for two reasons. First of all, because of that game I'm making about disabled heroes and athletes, and I hear the word awareness too much. And I always say it's not about disability awareness anymore. We've got the telethon, we've got the Paralympics. It's about action and accessibility and integration, in actual moving from awareness to action. And with climate change, I have that frustration even more because I'm not sure if you were born back then, but in 1984, we had Midnight Oil, Our Beds Are Burning, #1 hit song across the planet, and it was about climate change. 1984, we had a hit song about it. So I would say that's the piece about awareness.
Yeah.
What do we do with that awareness now? Just say, oh, I'm aware, but I keep doing the same thing and I don't fix the problem. I was really frustrated about the old media not giving us real tangible action.
Yeah.
And I feel like if this comes from the creators with that young generation who was just looking for purpose, and now you have these basically entrepreneurs with a camera, well, maybe they can move from awareness to action. And I would love to see that because I have kids and I hope we save the planet, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember now the thing I was going to say was Gen Z in particular really prioritizes, doing good and all these things. And I think it's nice because it's sort of mutually beneficial. It's all right, we're going to make things happen and it's going to fuel my brand. I mean, like if you're a creator, it becomes a win-win. I mean, you look at Mr. Beast and the amount of PR he's gotten and goodwill he's generated. I'm sure it's not simply a good altruistic thing, but I would imagine that it's going to pay dividends from a business standpoint as well, which is phenomenal. I think that's good.
Yes, as an economist, I think it's better than the status quo. Because if you think about it, the way I put it is doing good while doing well.
Yeah.
What's the problem with that? For example, when people tell us why Big Karma is not a foundation, well,
Yeah.
because we want to be commercially successful. That's why. Because
Yeah.
it's not a charity, because it's a market. And when people are like, yeah, but still, are you then not exploiting? And I'm like, I can make a game about something positive and make money from it. Or I
Yeah.
can make GTA about shooting guns and robbing cars and make money from it. What's better? Because
Yeah.
we're not talking about an ideal world here. We're talking about what are we doing. And I feel like I was like that at the beginning of my career. And like you, because of self-doubt, insecurity, I felt like I had to listen to the old guys and become a cynic. And then later I realized, no, I don't have to.
Yeah.
But it took me decades of building my confidence.
That's awesome.
But I think these creators have it at a young age and they have the freedom to do it. And I wish them better. I wish them an amazing amount of luck with
Same.
these things.
I hope they become extremely wealthy doing good.
Exactly.